because we're getting ready to. I want to say good morning to our viewers that have just joined us on television. That's GBN's Channel 7 and Channel 11, Channel 20 if you are in cable. Indeed, it's a pleasure being here with you on a Friday morning. I am trying to find something here that I cannot find, and I'm not really quite sure why it is doing that to me. It is playing in the background, and I don't need that to be happening to me right now. Indeed, wherever you are, good morning. It was a pleasure being here with you. I hope you've been having yourself a wonderful Friday morning, wherever you are. Maybe you're probably home from the night shift, the doctors, the nurses. I don't know, maybe you just decided because it is Thursday and you're home from school and have nowhere to go on Friday that you're just going to chillax. You're just going to chillax. Indeed, whatever reason, we're happy that you're here with us. But here's what Master Control. I need to take a quick commercial break. 30-second commercial break. And there's something I need to fix on computer number 2 that just isn't doing me right. So take a quick commercial break, and I'll be right back with you.
It is important to know what your road signs and markings means. The zigzag lines means you should not park in the marked area. Parking is allowed inside the solid white lines on the edge of the road. Remember, look out for pedestrians. Pedestrians, be sure the vehicle comes to a complete stop before crossing. These tips can save your life. These tips can make our roads safer for all users. Be safe, be seen, be smart. A message from the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force.
15 minutes gone past the hour in the morning time. That's the kind of soothing music. And I think if more and more people learn to appreciate that, those kind of timeless classical music, they'll probably be as calm and more tempered as Chris Alb, Benjamin Jerome, and the rest of the team inside of the GDB. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Friday, and guess who is on television? How are you, my dear friend?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful as always. You know me. There's very few times when I'm not in a good mood.
I know you.
What's happening on your side?
Good. I was enjoying your music. Nice music this morning, Joe.
Yeah,
if it's one thing I do have to say, you and Janelle, it's like people say, oh, they know tune.
I taught her all that she knows.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't take sides, though. I know you wouldn't take sides.
I am not taking any sides. I'm not going to take any sides.
It is Friday, Chris. So what is it? What's happening inside of GDB? Is it Breakaway Friday, or is it temperate, well measured, taking it all nice and dandy?
Can it be all of them?
Once you keep it within measure. You know, you could actually break away on a Friday, but not overdo it.
I know. But it's a lot going on, and we have some things going on today. I actually have a document in front of Joe, and I'm so excited about the document that I have the document in front of me.
Okay, then.
So today is a good day. And Monday is going to be a good day. I mean, all days are good days, but I mean, I'm just...
So today's going to be good. The weekend is going to be great. Monday's going to be better.
Yeah. Yeah. So where do you want to start? Do you want to start with Friday with the document in front of me?
I want to start on Friday with the document in front of you. And I see, okay. I'm noticing there... As
you wish. No, I received that document this morning, and I read it, and I said, "Oh wow, that is such good news." I mean, I feel like GDB is the gospel.
Why are you behaving like a politician this morning? You just keep stalling the good news. Just tell us the good news. Just tell us the good news.
But it's all good news. You say it yourself every time I'm on. You say, "Oh, you know, there's always something good."
There's always something new and exciting.
and I can't make a liar out of you now.
No, you can't. Nope.
Exactly.
Not today or any other day.
So we're living up to everybody's expectation, yours included, and we do not want you to be a liar, so we keep delivering every week, every day.
Here we go, Grenada. Good news from GDB. Wait for it.
Okay, so last week, or you were not there, but Janelle had asked me a question last week. Maybe not last week, probably a couple of weeks before that. But it was she and I. You were absent. I think it was a Thursday because you're working the nights, right?
Uh-huh.
So she asked about the small hoteliers loan.
Right.
And how much people actually applied and got that loan. So I answered her question, and she went further to say, well, can't you not give the loan to other people in other sectors?
Okay.
And I answered her saying, we can't do that based on the terms and conditions of the loan unless we are authorized to do so by the funding agents. And we should know by now. And if we don't, the small hoteliers loan has been instituted and financed by the government of Grenada. And that was since in 2019. And then some changes were made after COVID, after the lockdown and whatnot, right?
Okay.
And so I'm giving all of this background so that when I give the good news as per the document in front of me, you would understand, and the audience or listening public will understand why it is I had to say all these words before I give the good news.
And notice I'm just quiet.
You need the background to understand.
Okay.
Right. So I am very happy to say this morning, and I hope Janelle is listening, because Janelle, this is the answer to your question and an answer to a problem that it's probably quite well known that many businesses are going through some problems right now since after the lockdown and everything that happened since the onset of COVID-19. So the small hoteliers facility, we've gotten approval for restructuring that facility to support MSMEs. So we're looking at the micro and small business enterprises. So Janelle, and now I'm speaking directly to her.
Answer to her prayer. So that facility that was made available for the small hoteliers, we can now use it to provide assistance to small businesses and micro businesses. Note well, it says businesses. It doesn't speak to a business in a particular sector. Right.
Who has been negatively affected by COVID-19. So if you're a small business or a micro business owner, manager, whatnot, who your business has been affected in whatever way, I don't know. There are so many different ways that could have happened to you.
Right.
You could be the recipient of a loan for, the possibilities are endless here again. We're looking at training, marketing, COVID-19 adaptation initiatives, whether maybe that is instituting hand sanitizers, whatnot.
Right.
If you need working capital, if you need refurbishment, or whatever it is that you want to do for your business, yes? And here's more good news, Joseph.
Tell me.
You want to do guess the interest rate. Come, let's play a game. Guess the interest rate.
Interest rate is 3%.
Lower.
Get out of here.
I wish I could, but I can't because I have to tell the good news.
1.5?
Lower.
Lower than 1.5. Okay. 1%?
Higher than zero.
1%.
1%, ding!
1%.
So that loan Yes, you can receive a maximum of $300,000 at an interest rate. And listen, I am reading from the paper with the seal here,
So
right?
it's official.
It's official.
What?
I know the people on the radio can't see, so just the ones that are tuned in on TV.
I mean, but for
yes,
the purpose of those at home, I can safely tell you, I'm watching the document. It's on an official government letterhead. It is stamped and sealed, and the fact that it is coming from my friend Chris instead of GDB. Listen. Trusted, reliable source. This ain't no guess. We're not guessing this now. This is straight from the horse's mouth, as legit as it gets. So,
thank you very much for that reference.
Wow. 1%.
So, $300,000. That's your maximum. At 1%, it's a 1% interest, people. There isn't anything better on the market. I can put my neck on a block. Usually I don't put my neck on a block.
But you're willing now.
But I think I can comfortably put my neck on a block right now, Joseph, that there isn't anything better for businesses, small, micro, medium-sized businesses on the market.
The only reason why I wouldn't ask you to put your neck on the block, because we have a lot. I'll be around we need you around for a while, so we don't put your neck on the block for nobody right now. But what I want you to do though is for persons who can tell us, how does one qualify for the loan?
Okay, so it is a given. All loans, they have terms and conditions. So it's not a situation where you come in and you just decide, okay, she said that on the radio and I come in for a loan. No, that's not how it works, right? So there are terms and conditions. You would have to be NIS compliant, of course. You have to be tax compliant. If it's basically a normal business loan, yes. If it is that you are functioning out of a particular property, if you're building or something like that, we would ask that you own the property, or at least you can show that you have permission to run a business on that property. Yes, of course, your business have to be registered and whatnot. So there are other terms and conditions that basically lines up with all our business loans. Yes. You would have to provide your business overview. Of course, we need to know what's your business. How were you? And note that we said if you were affected by COVID-19. So tell us how. Were you closed down for 6 months? Did you lose staff? Were you? I don't know. I know that there are a lot of things that can happen, or that could have happened, or did happen. So you'll have to see, right? What's the project do you want to do? All these things you'll have to tell us that.
How specific does one have to be? Because I think one may just reasonably argue, you know that all businesses were impacted by COVID. Why do I need to come and spell it out to you? I mean, so they will be like, seriously, GDB, just to get another 1% on a loan?
Just to get a little 1%, $300,000.
Yeah.
I think you should work for that. But in all honesty, as specific as your loans officer would be comfortable with.
Right. Okay.
That's the simplest answer, because there are some businesses that you would know right off the bat what happened. So, for example, let's say that you're a restaurant. We know you were closed for a month.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But then maybe there are others that it's you need to tell us what it is. You know, from a banking standpoint, we were aware that there weren't any buses on the road for a month. So all these things are clear. It can be seen. You understand? Some may not be so clear cut.
Okay, and I'm assuming, for example, that you may probably be a small business owner who may have been going through a difficult time prior to COVID.
And yes.
So COVID may not have been maybe the immediate cause factor, but it probably just exacerbated what was already in the pipeline. So as such, you probably have to say, don't be worried that you need to provide the details. It's not a case whereby
don't be
government
worried.
just handing you money as the well. No.
No.
Accountability.
And that's why I said as comfortable as your loans officer would be. Because I mean the loans officers, they are trained
Right.
to assess. So that's why you are asked certain questions. That's why you are asked for certain documents. So once the officer is able to comfortably decide that this is a yes in terms of recommendations and whatnot, if there are other questions that are asked by their superiors, because of course they recommend the loan,
Right.
but they do not make the final decision.
Okay.
But them understanding and feeling comfortable with the information and documents that you've provided helps them that if their superiors have questions, they can answer just as comfortable as they are when they receive the information from you. They can answer just like that to
Maximum
their superiors who are the decision makers.
maximum 300,000, 1%. Minimum?
No minimum.
There's no minimum. Okay, so I can just
No minimum.
Okay.
So you come for $50.
you get well I mean no. Okay, because you know sometimes you go to some institutions for a loan and they tell you, well, in order to qualify for it, because it's at a special rate, you have to, let's say, start at $25,000, and a small business owner is probably thinking, no, they want me to turn my belly wrong side. No, they want me to turn my belly wrong side.
Usually our loans do not have minimums because we've got so many different loan options that tailor to so many different audiences. So we don't have minimums because, for example, there is the Small Business Development Fund.
Right.
So the Small Business Development Fund would provide you a maximum of $40,000.
Right.
Then we have general business loans that would provide you $1 million or how much ever it is you need of that number. So we're saying usually we say that if you want something like $25,000, then we can look at small business because they're up to 40. So we can look at the small business loan if you're looking for 25. Some people may want 7, so we can say, okay, you can look at small business. Because in order for you to get, if you're looking at a general business loan, different terms and conditions that may affect you differently and that you may not meet depending on the size of your business. So that's why we don't generally have minimum amounts.
Right.
But maximum amounts.
Janelle is saying she thinks she needs to get, she wants a tap on the shoulder. She's saying she needs to get a 10% for negotiating the 1% for everybody else. You see, Chris, that is why there's always people out there that is trying to see how they can beat the system. And it's a good thing the people in GDB, they're well qualified and they will manage what people do with their money.
So Janelle simply asked the question on air.
Yeah.
And she suddenly decided that she negotiated. Not the word that she used, huh?
Yeah, and she's not
right.
10%, she wants. So whoever qualifies for the loan,
10% from the 1%.
right? So they would pay a 1% interest, but she wants a 10% for whatever loan agreement that she's received.
No, Janelle, that's not how it works. That's not how it works.
But let me ask you, Chris. You talk about small.
When she had asked the question, the document we had already written up and asked for that to happen. But of course, I can't let the fat lady can't sing before the fat lady sings.
And I don't know why she wants credit for this. I really don't know. But talking about
all she did was ask a question.
Just ask a question.
But of course, I can't say anything.
So we say small, micro, medium-sized businesses, but probably we're asking, in terms of the criteria, let's be specific. What if I'm a small business owner, but my business is not registered per se? But everybody knows that I sell peanut butter snows. I've been doing it for the last how much years, and that's my main source of income. But it's not a registered business or anything of the sort. I sell at a school, and everybody know that JC sells snows at the school for the last 20 years. But COVID came, shut down, all of that, container bus, all of that bus. How would the conversation of that nature go?
Well, the first thing that we'll ask is that you register your business. Because you see, registering your business, it brings certain legalities out.
Right.
Because you may be selling snow ice, but is it a business? And how can you prove it's a business? Can you tell me how much you've made? Maybe not. Maybe you can. How do we know that it's a business? How do we keep track of what it is? You know, there are so many things that comes with registering your business. Because when you register your business, the business becomes a person of its own.
Right.
Right? And you, even if you're coming in, you're not, you, Joseph, you're not the one that's taking the business. It's the peanut butter snow, taking the loan, sorry. It's the peanut butter snow ice business that is taking the loan.
Right.
You understand? So we will start by telling you that you should register your business. It's quite almost very close to impossible that you receive the loan without your business being registered. And that is for businesses, yes. It's quite almost close to impossible that you'll receive the loan. It's one of the very first things that we ask, because again, we need to ensure that the loan is being used for what the loan is supposed to be used for.
And for it to qualify, right?
Yeah, let me give you an example of some of the conversations that happens with people that's inquiring. Okay, I would like to get a rental vehicle. Okay, no problem. One rental vehicle? Yes. Okay, what do I have to do? Okay, you need to register your business. You need to provide equity. You need to provide your down payment. You need to provide your insurance, quote, whatnot. Because of course it's a vehicle, it's a business. People are driving it. Oh, all of that? Okay, never mind. And then it kind of begs the question as to, were you really interested in starting a rental with one vehicle? Maybe you had intended to grow. And if you had intended to grow, why does the documents that you need deter you from doing that? A business, it's not something that you get into willy-nilly.
Right.
So, you know, like that's what we say locally. You don't do this willy-nilly. It's something that you sit. It's something that you think about. It's something that you decide to do through sickness and in health till death do your path.
And I'm happy you say that to Chris, but you also get the sense of the reverse of that there are individuals who they do not see what they do on a daily basis as they don't treat it as a business, but they see it just as a hustle. So all I'm doing, I'm just, you know what, I'm buying some drinks and I'm just trying to survive.
And you sell.
And you sell. But when in fact, it is a business, because you have a product, you offering a service, and it is what it is. Mm-hmm. So you think, I'm getting a sense that culture needs to change?
Well, yes, and that is why there are terms and conditions of the loan that you must meet. Because we're asking, some people say, oh, I'm in business for 3 years. Okay, where are your financials? Do you know if you're making a profit? I don't have that to know.
And then they have the worst thing to say about GDB.
Well, I'm not going to go that far.
But they may question the process reasonably, and it has nothing to do
with the process. But it's like I always say, we are a law-abiding institution.
Right.
The law requires that if you have a business, it should be registered. The law requires that you should be registered for tax purposes. The law requires that you're registered with NIS. The law requires that you have certain licenses and certificates and permits that allow you to act in the sector that you're in. If you're cooking food, or if you have a restaurant, or you're working in a restaurant, you should have your food handler certificate. If you're a farmer, you should have your ID. If you're doing taxi service and tourism products, you should have your certification from the Grenada Tourism Authority. And there are other licenses and permits in different sectors. So that's why if you're coming in for a loan at product or institution, we ensure that these things are in place. On many occasions, we may have a loan being approved on the condition that. Yes.
Okay.
And the conditions may vary from person to person, from business to business. Yes. So, for example, you may have a mortgage loan, and it may be approved on the condition that you receive your life insurance.
Okay.
Yes, you may have a business loan that is approved on the condition that you show proof of whatever it may be that we need proof of. Yes. So a lot of the times it's not a situation that is, what's the word I want to use? It's not a straightforward kind of situation. There are many people, sometimes people ask, okay, so what do I have to do if I want a business? Okay, what's the business? Because the business that you're looking to get into, it will differ from maybe the one that I want to get into. Maybe I do not need certain licenses and permissions, but
correct.
You do.
There may
So
be
all
so
of
many
these
different
things will
variables.
come into play at one point or the other when applying for a business loan. And security is another thing. With the one that we're just speaking about now, with the 300,000 1%, you would need security. Again, we have a number of different forms of security options. Joe, I know you and I spoke about that.
Yes, and I want you to highlight, because I was just about to say to you that we all agree that because of lack of knowledge, a lot of people, they're discouraged from the outset to even start a conversation, because they're thinking, you know what, they will ask for this, they're going to ask for that. Remind us again, Chriselle, what is it, and the different elements, the different things that you can use as security in order to qualify for a loan?
Okay, so the different types of security may or may not apply to the different types of loans. So,
right.
But in general,
right,
we do have mortgage, land, collateral, yes, right? So we have land, property, that kind of things. We have cash can be used, also shares, it's also an option. Debenture, that is basically fixed and floating assets of the business, everything that belongs to the business, it can be used as security.
Right.
We have guarantors. So guarantors can be used as security options also. There is one new one that it's across the region actually. It is the Eastern Caribbean Partial Credit Guarantee Corporation.
Yes.
The ECPCGC.
When all else fails.
So that is also an option for security now. It is a security option. It is not a loan. So how it works is that you come in for the loan, you apply for the loan. You have every single thing that you need for the loan, save and except security.
Right.
And then what happens is that the bank applies for the guarantee or the guarantor, which would be the corporation,
right, for
you on your behalf. And the corporation can approve or deny seeking or standing security for your loan, for your business.
I guess ultimately at the end of the day, ask a question, inquire. Ask a
question. We also have loans that are unsecured up to a particular amount. It's not going to be all the loans, but there is one of our education loan. You can receive a maximum of $25,000 unsecured. With the Small Business Development Fund, there is an option for that as well. There is one of our business loans, Mind Your Business. That one is also unsecured. What else? We do have options for unsecured loan, but again, everyone will not be applied all at the same time to all the loans. So it is an individual thing.
And again, you continue to highlight the fact that each loan process is unique in its own way. The type of business,
because every individual is unique in their own way, and every business is unique in their own way. So yes. So
when you come in, you want to make sure that you come with being open-minded. I think that's a lot of people's concern. They may have heard something somewhere that is the furthest thing from the truth. And as soon as you ask the question, it may be
the truth, though. It may be Jane's truth. But Jane's experience
is relative.
No, Jane may have truly experienced and perceived it to be that way, but your situation, it's not Jane's.
So we're saying, just come in, sit with one of your loans officers, and there's nothing to lose.
There's nothing to lose. There is nothing to lose at all. Joe, I'm looking at the time, and we spent a lot of time talking about the good news for Friday. We didn't speak about the good news for Monday.
Well, I would love to hear the good news for Monday. I don't know what's going to top this. Late on Grenada now. Okay, I don't know what's going to trump this one. Tell me.
I think both has its place. So on Monday is the 19th of July.
Correct.
And it's our birthday. It's our birthday.
We start singing happy birthday to Judy B in advance. Is that what's going on? Wine and roses, party, shebang on Monday. Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Celebrating what? Is it 55?
56.
56. Okay. 56.
So on Monday, please the Lord, it is our birthday. We are already in a celebratory mood, but on Monday it's going to be the birthday party.
Okay.
We're gonna have a party.
I ain't missing that. That one ain't missing me. Party ain't missing me.
But the party is actually for our customers. It is our birthday, but we know that we could not have gotten to 56. Joe,
right.
You confuse me.
My apologies.
Yeah, so we know that we could not have gotten to 56 without everybody who has been rallying around us from 1965 to 2021. We have our customers, we have our suppliers, we have our staff, board of directors, management, everybody past and present. And so Monday, please the Lord, what we're going to do is show appreciation to these people, everybody. So we're having a customer appreciation day on Monday.
Nice.
We're going to get some little snacks. We're going to have a wheel. We're going to spin the wheel. Actually, before I came on, we were looking at what we're actually going to put on the wheel. So maybe, Joe, I think maybe you may be able to get a bottle of wine. If you spin the wheel, you get a wine. You get some chocolates. You said wine and dine, right?
Yes, I mean, yes.
There you go. So you're going to get some wine. You're getting some food. There's the dine. Right. You're going to get some chocolates. Yeah, but that's what we're going to do on Monday. We're celebrating, and I mean, who else should we celebrate than the people who has gotten us this far? And the celebration will not be finished on Monday, but this one is going to be closer to the end of the month. Last year, we did something for our 55th anniversary where we provided some food hampers. We also did food hampers last year to 55 people because it was our 55th anniversary, so we did 55 hampers, right? And then we thought, let's try this again next year.
Okay.
So we are going to be providing hampers, not to 55 or to 56 for that matter, but we're going to be providing 30 hampers to the 30 vulnerable families in Grenada. And that delivery will take place somewhere around the month end. I'm thinking probably around the 28th, 29th of July, in closing our birthday month. You know, nowadays we're celebrating our birthdays for the entire month, and we're having all of these activities.
I agree.
And what?
No excuse. Nobody have any excuse.
You see, today you got you got a birthday present in advance today with this very good news for the small businesses. Right. And on Monday, you're going to get a birthday present for Monday because that is the actual birthday. And then there's going to be a belated
weekend to look. Really and truly, today we're saying TGIF is Friday, and we're looking forward with childlike anxiety for that birthday party on Monday. Judy B turns 56. Am I going to pass by? I have seen no reason why. Jan is going to pass by too.
And she's going to come get her 10%. Yes, tell her on Monday she can come get her 10%.
Yeah, and I think we probably need to introduce Jan to some of your customers and your board of directors. Let them meet the lady behind the master plan for the 10%.
Tell her On Monday, please the Lord, she can come spin the wheel.
Yes.
I'm going to spin the wheel. I'll put a special 10% on the wheel.
Just
so
for her.
Only Jan
would qualify,
will be
eligible
to
for that.
win that 10% on the wheel on Monday, please the Lord.
Celebrating 56, Crystal, you and I both know it has been a journey for those past years. There's been the highs, there's been the lows, but in the more recent times, it's been
a lot of highs.
A lot of highs. The picture has been much green. It's just that people sometimes just take things the wrong way. They take it the wrong way. But in more recent times, I know you've been able to say, listen, we've been able to pay dividends, we've been able to do this. You know,
yes, and even after everything that we've done, 2020 providing the moratorium, because like I think I said before that the bus drivers, the taxi drivers, everybody got moratorium across the board from the get-go, from the day the lockdown was instituted. That was something that happened, you know, even without the ECCB coming out and saying that to banks and whatnot. So even after doing all of that and providing the moratorium and reaching out to our customers and all of this, we were able to do that again last year for 2020. Our annual report will show that. And I mean, it has been an amazing journey for Grenada Development Bank. You know the stories of coming out from the very bottom and just being viable and not profitable. And here we are in just 3 days' time, celebrating 56, and there's going to be a lot more 56 to come.
I can well imagine, because especially with that aggressive developmental agenda that you have for education loan, green loan, this loan, loans to small, medium-sized businesses, micro.
Oh yes, we also have green loans that could be unsecured.
Yes. See?
Yeah.
The future is endless with GDB. 56 years from now, and we're looking ahead. We'll be able to sit back, you know, you and I might be somewhere, you know, teeth shaking, legs knocking and saying, you know what, I remember those days. Here we are. But indeed, folks, really great news for you small, medium-sized, micro businesses. Listen to GDB, they have outdone it this time. They have literally outdone themselves this time. Ceiling as much as $300,000 you can get.
1%.
Interest loan, 1%.
12 years maximum to repay.
How much years?
Oh, and there's still a grace period.
And there's still a grace period. Wow.
Yes.
1%. Just go to bed, take the weekend thinking, anybody you meet, just put up the finger and tell them, what is this for? No, this is not your voting finger. 1%. I think
1%.
Yeah, just show that for the weekend, Chris. I think that should be the news tonight, you know. You know, in the headlines, the anchor should just be like this.
Well, Joseph, I hope your newsroom is listening, because probably after I'm done here, I'm getting a call to be interviewed.
They better be listening. Well, I know I know Janelle is listening.
From this segment.
Oh, they probably definitely they have it. 1%. 1%.
GDB providing $300,000 maximum loan amount at 1% for micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises.
And you give them the headlines too.
That's right.
It's in your blood. You couldn't help it, could you? Folks, 8 minutes onto the hour. Chris, it's always a pleasure. Folks, when I tell you, there's always great news, exciting, something happening inside the GDB. You just never really quite sure. It never, ever stops. Just think about it. 1%. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Have a great weekend, Chris. You take care. All the best to you, Mr. Lord, and the entire team. Go tell Natty I said hi. Oh, actually, in a matter of fact, don't tell anybody I said hi, because that's just going to run into trouble.
I'll do that. Just tell. And of course, for viewers, listeners, if you want to get in touch with us, you can try us on cell phone or WhatsApp, 405-3242. Our telephone number at our office is 440-1620-2382. Our website, www.grenadadevelopmentbank.com, or you can find us on Facebook. And one final thing, Joe, before we have to go to the news.
Yeah.
If you are listening, I spoke about delivery of hampers. If you are listening and you believe that you know someone who is vulnerable and could be could be a beneficiary of one of our hampers that we will distribute as part of our birthday celebration at the end of July, you can use any one of those communication means that I just shared, and you can call us. You can give us the names, the address, telephone number, and we may just be able to provide them with a food hamper.
You never know. It's as simple as that. And while you're at it, call a friend and let them know. 1%. It's all that it is. Thanks a lot, Chris. All the best to you. 8 minutes on to the hour of 12 o'clock. Remind you at the top of the hour for radio, our listeners on radio, it's going to be the midday edition, a production of our News and Current Affairs Department. For those of you that's in television, we send you back to studio control, where you go back to your regular program. And peace and love, JC loves you. All the best. You have a really, really great weekend. Reminding you that I'll be back with you on radio from 6 in the morning. You know what we do on a Saturday morning from 6 until 10, where we do Chris on Saturdays. It is literally more music, less talk. That's what we do. We just cut loose on a Saturday morning. We go back to the olden days where you're home cleaning and just dancing and shaking a leg. That's what we do on a Saturday. Join me tomorrow. JC loves you. Peace and love. Have a great weekend, folks. All the best to you. You take care.